Snake, do you remember the sinking of that tanker 2 years ago?
Of course.
Terrorists blow a hole in an oil tanker full of crude barely 20 miles off the shore of Manhattan. Your classic nightmare.
Yep.
It didn't take long for the government to put an oil fence around the whole mess. And then that massive offshore cleanup facility went up inside.
The big shell. I hear the cleanup isn't quite over yet.
It takes time. But in the meantime, the shell's become a landmark, a symbol of environmental protection.
Calling teams Alpha and Bravo. Deploy at the big shell as scheduled.
Approximately 6 hours ago, the big shell was seized by an armed group.
Do we have an ID?
Former members of the Navy SEAL Special Anti-Terrorist Training Squad Dead Cell. Russian private army members may also be involved. It's a highly trained group, and they have the big shell under complete control.
Come in from downwind and pull up fast. Get ready to fast rope down to Shell 1. 5 minutes to ETA. Alpha, your top priority is to rescue and safeguard the President. Team Bravo, watch out for Stillman's back and get those C4s disarmed.
What are their demands?
$30 billion.
$30 billion. What makes them think they can get that much?
There was a government-sponsored tour going on at the big shell that day.
Hostages, huh?
A VIP from one of the major conservation groups, and one from our own government. The most important person in a sense.
The most important person?
James Johnson.
The president?
Unless the demands are met,
Jimmy
the terrorists
Johnson?
intend to blow the big shell out of the water.
And the crude will ignite, turning the Manhattan Harbor into an inferno.
That's not the worst-case scenario. If the chlorides being used to decontaminate the seawater go up with the oil, toxins containing catastrophic levels of dioxins will be released. In other words, the bay's ecosystem will be wiped out, and the sea will turn into a toxic soup for centuries, becoming the worst environmental disaster in history.
Ruh-roh.
You have 2 mission objectives. 1,
2 of them.
infiltrate the offshore decontamination facility Big Shell and safeguard the president and other hostages. And 2, disarm the terrorists by any means necessary. You should know that SEAL Team 10 is also conducting a rescue operation.
Is this a joint effort?
No. Foxhound remains a covert body. Don't alert them to your presence. That is an order.
I'll see what I can do.
This is Snake. I'm now inside Strut A of Shell 1.
How are things?
We're in luck. Looks like there are no sentries posted here.
What's the visibility?
The lights on the plant struts are functioning. I won't have to use the IR goggles.
Any problems?
There was a brand new hole cut through the oil fence. There's someone else besides me that wanted to get in badly.
That's not possible.
Person sounds like
What
a
about
serial
SEAL Team 10?
They landed on the roof of the Big Shell as planned. And by the way, Snake, we're changing your code name for all following communication.
What's wrong with Snake?
Just a precaution. You are now designated Raiden. All right, Raiden. You've already covered infiltration and VR training.
I've completed 300 missions in VR. I feel like some kind of legendary mercenary.
Okay, we'll skip that part. Make sure nobody sees you.
No.
If you need to, contact me by codec. The frequency is 140.85. When you want to use the codec, push the select button.
Thank you for this tutorial.
When we need to reach you, contact you, the codec will beep. When you hear that noise, press the select button. The codec's receiver directly stimulates the small bones of your ear. No one but you will be able to hear it.
All right. I'll contact you if anything changes.
First, make your way to the upper section of the Big Shell.
How do I get up to the next level?
There's an elevator at the far end of that area. Use that.
Sounds good.
Your new sneaking suit uses electrofiber technology, a product of fiber optics research.
Am I
The
crazy,
texture
or is
isn't
this
far
like
removed from rubber,
the
but the
exact
material
same
protects
as
against a wide range
the
of
beginning
toxic
of Metal Gear Solid
substances.
1?
The suit itself has a wide array of built-in sensors. It is referred to as smart skin in military R&D.
Yeah.
Data about damage to different regions of the body, including
Like white
blood
hair
loss,
sticking
is
out?
exchanged between the suit and the intravenous nanomachines to create a feedback system.
There's a lot of pressure on my torso.
Relax. The suit applies varying pressure to major internal organs to maximize performance and safeguard their functions. They call this
thanks.
the skull suit in Foxhound.
Skull suit seems appropriate somehow.
The hatch with a circular handle will open into the elevator area. Locate the hatch first.
Copy
Okay.
that. Moving on to main mission objectives.
Good job.
Alright, let's go. Alright, so I don't have best friend box anymore. Lame. And I don't have a gun? What kind of bullshit is this? I don't even have a radar? I have a rat eye on. No, get out of the locker. Splish. Yes. What's up,
Got
Colonel?
your feet wet? These are the basic controls for swimming.
When you're on the surface, you can swim in corresponding directions using the up, down, left, and right movement of the left stick.
Or the D-pad.
Push the punch button to dive down from the surface.
Okay. What?
Stroke the water and move forward by pushing the punch button. Push it in rapid succession to swim faster.
He couldn't have told you that the last
Change your
one?
heading with
Yeah,
the left
really.
stick. Up will take you up, down takes you lower, left and right to face those directions.
Is there an
The
option for
O2
inverted
gauge
controls?
will appear under your life gauge while you're underwater. The gauge corresponds to the amount of air you can hold from a single deep breath. Once the O2 gauge falls to 0, the life gauge will start to drop. You need to be aware of that.
I've still got my oxygen mask on. Also, I can't see. There does not appear to be an item in here. Unless I am actually able to dive down further, but it didn't look like I was. Okay, well,
Splishy splashy.
splish splash, I was taking a bath. There's a ration. I would like the ration. Okay, that's
That was
fancy.
Other bugs.
I don't know. Okay, but does Raiden also fall on his face when he's going down, when he tries to flip downstairs? Sometimes the thermal goggles are in there. That would be cool. I'd like that ration, but it's probably not the biggest deal. Yes? That's a guy.
Colonel, I've sighted an enemy
Colonel.
sentry. AN-94 and a Makarov. Those grenades, all his equipment, is Russian-made.
Must be a Gerlukovich man.
Gerlukovich?
A Russian private army that was in line to work with the Shadow Moses takeover group 4 years ago.
What's their stake in this one?
They must have made a deal, an arrangement with the terrorists. They become a band of mercenaries, an army without a country.
Okay. But can I shoot him? I mean, no, because I don't have a gun, but can I have a radar? Please? Pulls? Please and thanks? Oh yeah, sure. I'm sure tiptoeing your way over there will make a great deal of difference now that you've opened the door loudly. Oh, that sure was Snake.
Colonel, there's definitely another intruder in here besides me.
That's not a possibility.
Not
Are
a
you sure?
team. Looks like a solo job.
One man.
We may not know who he is, but he managed to take care of every sentry in the area. They're all out cold. Whoever he is, he's got some skills.
We need to get an ID. But for now, you can take advantage of the
I
situation
don't know
and
why,
get
but
to
whenever
work.
Raiden talks, I'm
There's
just
a
like,
terminal in front of the elevator.
Caboose?
A node.
Did you say nerd?
Not nerd. Node.
What?
Oh,
Use the node to gain access to the Big Shell's facilities network.
then what?
Pull up the map of the structure. That'll let you activate the Soliton radar.
The
Ah.
Soliton radar? True. That radar came in useful during VR training.
A radar system uses biological magnetic fields as input. These estimated enemy positions are projected onto a map according to reference points collected via GPS signals and field personnel reports. We need to get to the map through the Big Shell's node to put this data processing to practical use. The node unit is about 3 feet high, should be colored blue. Each area has at least one.
How do I gain access?
You don't.
Just push the action button in front of the node. The nanomachines in your body will take care of the security clearance and allow you access to the node. Complete the procedure
nerd.
before those sentries gain consciousness. If they spot you, you won't be able to gain access for a while. Stay on guard.
Got it.
Okay, can I play now? Hi guys. You sure are here. Yes.
Raiden, you won't be able to use any of the enemy's equipment.
Why not?
You should know that all active weapons are equipped with a personal identification system. The owner enters their required user ID information during the weapon registration or at the start of a mission. If anyone other than the registered user tries to fire the weapon, the ID system will not authorize the action.
Rude.
But these are black market Russian weapons. How can they be equipped with identification functionality?
They must have been customized by the terrorists themselves. These are professionals we're dealing with,
That's
and they
convenient.
certainly won't let their own equipment be used against them.
I'm guessing it's the same for the Navy SEALs gear?
Right.
How am I supposed to procure weapons then?
Find
You're
the
not.
ones that haven't yet been individualized. Everything you
Oh, it's
find
just
in the
that easy,
item
eh?
box is clean. You should know this
The
from your
item
VR
box.
Okay, I know those.
training. Items in the item box are yours to use at will. They will be your supply source with regards to weaponry and gear.
Okay. Can you press the use the node or the nerd? Oh, that didn't work. Or maybe it did.
Okay.
Not the greatest feature. Okay. Okay. What should our code name be?
Codename Waffles?
Excellent. Where's the L? Birthday is...
Question mark, question mark, question mark. We're mature.
What country are we from? There's a lot of them.
We could be from Vatican City.
We could. Now let's go with Yemen.
Okay.
I don't know. Let me just see if I can find like the longest country name. Most of them are abbreviated in some way. Yep, here it is. St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Love it.
Sounds like a band name.
Okay. I guess that was my options menu. Cool.
Good work, Raiden.
The radar should be functioning now.
Remember your VR training sessions. The
VR
tool
training
is exactly the same
The
one.
ones that we
it maps the
didn't play.
terrain as well as the position of enemy personnel.
If I had known
The bright
that
dot in the
Metal
middle
Gear
is you,
Solid
Raiden.
VR missions was canon,
The red
then
dots are your enemies.
I probably
and
still
the
wouldn't
blue
have played
cone
it,
shape
but I would have
represents
considered
their
it.
field of vision. Your radar isn't affected by the weather, but if you're discovered by an enemy, you won't be able to use it. It gets jammed easily, I'm afraid. It's all made from currently existing technology. You won't be able to use it in an area with strong harmonic resonance, so be careful. The Big Shell's layout map should now be available after touching the Start button.
How do I save the mission data?
I've set aside a proprietary frequency for saves, and an analyst to work on the data too.
Is it Mei Ling?
Jack, is everything all right?
What are you doing here?
Jack, can you hear me?
Rose, you're not supposed to be involved.
Jack
What's going
Rose.
on?
Jack, I'm a part
Love
of this
it.
mission.
Colonel, what the hell is going on?
Raiden, meet the mission analyst. She'll be overseeing the data saving and support.
Why her?
The Foxhound analyst that was supposed to take part in this mission was in an accident. Rosemary was brought in as a
Really
replacement.
okay?
An accident?
And according to the files, she knows you better than anybody else.
Rose may be in the service, but an intelligence analyst is no field officer.
Not
And?
to worry. She has our technical staff at her disposal.
She's never been a part of a field mission. This is insane.
I have
You're
my
insane.
own reasons for selecting her for this mission, soldier.
Colonel, I fail to see...
I know your VR training performance in and out, but sometimes that's not enough. You're familiar with the Shadow Moses incident?
Yeah.
No, I covered it in VR.
If there's a crucial tactical detail that case taught us, it was the power of the operative's will to survive.
I was trained to fight. My personal feelings have no place in a mission.
We've learned that it doesn't work that way. And on the field, you need all the help you can get.
Jack, you're stuck with me whether you like it or not.
Rose,
You need someone to watch your back. But I have conditions that need to be met, Colonel.
What is it?
I'll perform my duties and save that mission data, but I'm aware
Thanks.
that technically I'm not part of the mission control team. After all, I'm just a normal girl who's worried about Jack. But that means, Colonel, that I am not required to follow your orders outside of my immediate duties. Jack is not simply a field personnel for me to track. His safety comes first to me, not the mission.
gotta
And
say,
because of
yeah.
that, I will be monitoring and keeping a record of every
The script
communication
isn't
you have with him, Colonel.
Beautiful.
Given the circumstances, you're free to do what you see fit.
Hey, I prefer this to
Like a
being
bad
kept in
80s
the
soap
dark
opera.
waiting.
I'd like to make a request, if I may.
And?
Of course.
His handle is Raiden. For the duration of the mission, could you call him that?
Yes, sir. All right, Raiden. Let me know when you're ready
Jack.
to turn in a save. The proprietary save frequency is 140.96.
Still.
Apparently.
I just switched frequencies. Jack,
What?
do you know what day it is tomorrow?
Is it your
April 30th.
birthday?
Is there something special about it?
Is it
There
my
isn't there?
birthday?
I can't remember. I'm
Our
sorry.
anniversary.
Oh well, I'll keep trying till I hear the answer. I'm gonna let you go now, Jack.
Are they a
Take
thing?
care.
Are they siblings?
Will we ever know?
Probably not.
Until the very end.
What's up, Jack?
What's up, Jack? Alright, so we've got about half an hour left. Let's see
Hang in there.
what we can do in that amount of time. Uh-oh. Dude's waking up.
Raiden, the enemy sentry is regaining consciousness.
What?
I
Be
see
careful,
that,
Jack.
Find
Find somewhere to hide until the elevator arrives.
I love how
You
pointless
must
some
stay
these
out of
phone
sight.
calls are.
Man, I am so not here.
Fire. Secure the perimeter.
No, you're not!
I'm not here.
Super not here, Jackie-O. Man, this is convenient. Bye, guys.
Bye.
I made it through the first room without dying.
Proud of you.